What's up, everybody? Welcome to the latest episode of Heartslayers. You're here with the Heartslayers. I am Derrick Acosta. I am an animal when it comes to relationship advice. I am the lion of love, the cobra of cooperation, the aardvark of advice. And I'm here with Meg.
Token female.
The token female, the she-wolf.
There you go.
Of all of your situations. We're going to be taking calls and emails today, sorting out everybody's problems out there. So without any further ado, let's get it started. All right, everybody. We are here with Jimmy. Jimmy, you're with the Heartslayers. What's up?
Hi. So recently I started working a new job, and when I graduated from college, I had all these friends and it was great. And then I moved down to my hometown away from where my college was. And all these friends are kind of hard to keep in touch with. Mm-hmm. So I really just have my core group from high school that I like. These guys are my bros. I don't know, had them my whole life, but it's just a bunch of dudes and I really want to branch out. So with this new job, I'm just starting, and I'm noticing there's kind of cliques. It's like a retail job. It's nothing super special, but I just want to know the best way to put myself out there and not be too clingy and be want to latch onto groups. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. So you kind of want to make friends with the people at your work, right?
Yeah, essentially.
Okay.
Not really a relationship-y thing, but.
Cool. Yeah, no problem. I used to work in a bookstore, and it was also very cliquey.
Was it?
Yeah, for whatever reason, there was, the old timers who had been there for a while, and then, there was this core group of female workers that were the girl group. And then there was me. I got hired with two other people, so I kind of became friends with all the new hires.
Right.
What are the cliques that are at your work that you've noticed?
Well, so far, since I'm pretty new and it's just kind of like an apartment store, the way that scheduling is, I haven't seen everyone together yet.
Yeah.
But there's people who are around my age that I notice when they walk by each other, they have all these little jokes and stuff they say. And then there's, of course, the cash register people are all together and they are almost totally insular and they don't speak with anyone else.
Yeah.
So it's almost within the different age groups and also within the different departments.
Sure. Okay, cool. Well, my advice to you would be kind of what I did when I was working at my job, which was, you're new, and so it just takes a little time for people to get to know you.
Right.
I think that if you are just positive and friendly and, you smile and kind of make some jokes here and there, you're going to be working with these people, presumably, quite often, several days a week for a long time. So I think it's just going to be natural that you're going to start to make friends with them. So
yeah, absolutely.
You don't want to make the mistake of being, off-putting. I remember
be friends with me.
I remember at my work there were sometimes new people would be hired and they would just keep to themselves, and it was really hard to talk to them. And I'm a shy person. I used to be a lot more shy when I was younger, so I really had to make an effort back then at that job to really kind of put myself out there and just try to be friendly and not expect too much in return. And after a while, people just started warming up to me.
Yeah, no, that's what's going to happen, especially within your department, because you're just going to be around those people, so you'll be talking to each other. It'll come naturally.
That's good. I just noticed the one girl, the very first shift I had with my trainer, who was around my age actually, and she was oh yeah, our one friend who works at the Starbucks, she's super into Baby Driver. She's seen it 20 times. She invited us over, and we all watched Baby Driver, and I wanted to be yeah, I'd love to come, but I didn't want to be
nice.
Super.
You know what you could do is just start dropping Baby Driver quotes in her presence and see if she picks them up.
Yeah.
Be walking around, be my nickname is Bats. And see if she has anything to say about that.
That, or just wear headphones all the time and be super unapproachable.
Awesome.
Yeah. I think just, take it easy, be friendly, keep yourself open, keep those doors open and just kind of put out the mental signals, light the beacon that you're, a cool guy, and you'll eventually make friends. It's inevitable.
Yeah.
One of the good friends that I made at the bookstore was like super rude to me my first day there. And that's just how it is. Yeah. Because I was just making jokes and she kind of looked at me and she's like, wow, you really think you're funny. And I was like, oh, wow. Okay. Maybe I shouldn't talk to that person anymore. But then, later on they came around and we ended up being good friends. So you never know. Sometimes you think somebody like really dislikes you and they end up being your friend. Yeah. Sometimes somebody who's really nice to you ends up not being a good friend.
That's very true.
So
very true.
Just wait it out, and I'm sure it'll happen for you.
Thank you so much.
Cool. Thanks for your call, Jimmy. See ya. Okay, everybody. Now we're going to take an email, and this email comes from A, and they write, Dear Heartslayers, I go to college for animation, and I gave myself a pretty strict rule. I don't date anyone in my major. However, the more I'm doing my schoolwork and craft, the more I wish that my current partner could relate to me about it, and I wish that I had a partner that I could do stuff with. I don't exactly want to break up with him, and especially for something so shallow, but I can't help but wish for someone I could relate to who I'm that close to. What would you do in my situation? Thanks, and stay cool, A.
All right.
So this person is currently dating somebody. They have a boyfriend. This person does animation. They gave themselves a strict rule. Don't date anybody in the animation department.
Well.
Don't date anybody studying animation. But
I want to know why that rule was set.
Yeah. Just... when it comes to these emails, I always wish the person could call in because I have so many questions.
Exactly.
The email never gives us all the juicy details. Like, what is wrong with the people in the animation department? I wonder.
I would want to date someone in my major because, okay, we have something in common.
You go to school, you went to school for graphic design, right? Do you have a hard rule like graphic designers are not dateable?
Not at all.
Yeah?
Yeah, okay, we have something in common. That's awesome. Like, we could collaborate. That's cool. So I would actually seek out someone in my department rather than completely push them away.
You may, out there, some of you may know, I'm a huge fan of Jersey Shore. Famously on Jersey Shore, Ronnie, one of the Guidos, made a rule, never fall in love at the Jersey Shore. And what happened in season 1 that lasted throughout the next 6 seasons? He fell in love with his roommate, Sammy. And he broke his number 1 rule, never fall in love.
I feel like when you set these rules, you're always out to break them.
Yeah. So, and now even this person, A, has said that they kind of wish they were dating somebody with animation. They already have a boyfriend who doesn't do animation.
So, I mean, you're kind of stuck there.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't say break up with your boyfriend to find an animator.
Well, here's the thing, though. You're young and you're in college. And sometimes when you're young and in college, you don't realize that you're young and in college.
That's true.
You think like, I've got my life figured out and it's going to be this way until I'm 100 years old. And you know what? Things change so fast. In a year or 2 years, you're not even the same person you were when you started the relationship.
Right.
So even though I'm not saying break up with your boyfriend and I'm not saying the relationship is doomed, but if you start to have these thoughts of, I wish I was dating somebody else.
Yeah, that's a red flag.
Well, when you're young and in college, that's the time to date somebody else. That's the time to figure out what you really want out of a partner.
Right.
So sometimes you're dating somebody and you really like them, but you just realize that this isn't what I want out of a relationship. Mm-hmm. And that's not bad. That's not a bad thing. It's not your fault. It's not their fault. That's just the way relationships are.
Right. My advice for now, even though you have a boyfriend, I would just say befriend people in the animation department, because then you could still have that collaboration aspect part of it. And then
if you meet somebody who,
if you fall in love at the Jersey Shore,
makes that heart palpitation very strong.
Yeah.
And you think like, wow, this person is into animation. They're just like my current boyfriend, but 100 times better. maybe you found who you're really looking for.
Maybe.
Or maybe, you know, you can get your current boyfriend, into animation.
That's true.
Show them the animations that you love that kind of made you fall in love with animation, and see what happens. Definitely when you date somebody, you always get into what they're into.
Yeah,
Everybody,
exactly.
you know, you rub off on your partner. You learn things that you didn't know about before you were dating them, and their interests kind of become your interests, and it works both ways. So I think try to show your boyfriend some animation, get him into it a little bit, and maybe even mention, like, you know, oh man, it'd be so cool if you were an animator. You could help me out. We could work on stuff. Maybe you guys can even find a way to work on stuff together, even though that they don't do animation. Maybe they can come up with a story or help you out in some way on some collaborative project, because that's always fun when you're able to work with your boyfriend on something together.
Yeah, and stop setting rules that limit you to the people you interact with.
Yeah, no more hard rules on love and relationships. Okay, the heart wants what the heart wants.
Yeah,
you set a hard rule and you're just bound to break it. So you know, take life one day at a time, see what happens, and good luck. All right, we're back here. We're going to do another email. This one comes from Danny, and it reads, "Hey guys, I've got an issue. Right now I'm in college studying AV production and history. This is my first semester, and honestly, I'm terrified for my future. There's one big kicker. I'm queer, and I've been half in the closet for a good minute now, mostly out of fear. See, I live in Texas during the Trump regime, and I'm scared that if I come out to everyone and start transitioning, I won't even have a place to live. Should I just bite through this and finish school? I feel like I'm on the right path, but everything is happening so slow that it feels like life is moving an inch by inch, and I'm terrified I might fuck my life up." Danny.
All right. Well.
Wow.
Queer in Texas during the Trump regime.
Yeah. You know what, Danny? What I would say to you is, you're not the first and you're not the last.
No.
I think that, you know, a lot of people all throughout the history of humankind who have been queer have had to wrestle with this issue of, you know, when's the right time to come out? Do I hide who I am from these people? Are they going to treat me differently? And I think now is a good time to kind of learn how to wrestle with these issues where, you know, what I would say is basically there's going to be people in your life who are not going to accept who you are, and they're not going to want to get to know the real Danny. And there's also going to be people in your life who love who you are.
Absolutely.
And who accept you for who you want to be. And you're going to have to act accordingly depending on what situation you're in and who you're surrounded by.
Right.
My advice to you is, for the people who are not going to respect you and who are not going to accept you, they don't deserve to know very much about you. And for the people who love you and for the people who want to really know who you are, they get to. And, you know, you don't owe anything to anybody. You don't owe an explanation to anybody. You don't need to go around and flaunt who you are, you know, tell every single person and then make them deal with it. Like, if you're angry, get angry at me, let me have it. You don't need to put yourself in that situation.
Right.
I think people need to earn your friendship and earn a relationship with you and show you that they deserve to know the real you.
Right. And you said that you were afraid about your living situation. So, I mean, if you live with your parents, I really it's a tough situation, and I get it. And so maybe just, if you're worried about that, keep that little part of you quiet until you have a more stable living situation.
Yeah. You know, a lot of people I know have parents that aren't accepting of their lifestyles, and it's happened thousands of times where the relationship with the parents gets severed. Mm-hmm. But you always have friends.
Exactly, that's true.
Friends kind of sometimes become a second family when your real family isn't there for you in the way that they should be.
And I would never say suppress who you are just to keep living where you're living. And so if it's really bothering you that much, just be yourself. Don't hide it. But also, don't be homeless. Make sure that you do have a backup. I'm sure your friends will help take care of you.
Yeah, I would say start slow, find a support group, go with your best friends, meet the people who really love you no matter what. And from there, you can start to branch out. Maybe, if your living situation sucks, you move in with some friends and you move into the next phase of your life that is great and amazing.
Absolutely.
If Texas isn't the place for you, come on out to California because we accept
LGBT community.
We accept people of all lifestyles here.
Yeah, even in Texas, there's a big LGBT community.
Yeah.
I lived in Texas for a really brief moment in my life, but that was also in Austin, which is more progressive. So if you're somewhere near Austin, do not be afraid of being queer because that is absolutely embraced there.
But keep this in mind too. Sometimes there's an illusion that you're not making progress when really you are. And you know what? I'm going to recommend you go on to YouTube or iTunes or wherever you find your music and put on a little bit of Jimmy Eat World, a song called The Middle.
Oh my God.
Because that might just be where you are. When you're at the beginning of a big chapter of your life, things move very fast. And then when you're coming to the end, they seem to speed up. But when you're in the middle, it's just kind of more of the same every day.
Right.
And you kind of don't see the progress you're making because you just are doing the same thing over and over, it seems like. But you know what? Every day is a new day, and every day a little bit of progress is made. So sometimes you need to focus on making progress, but you just have measurable goals and you make a little bit more progress. I would say if you want to start your transition, if you want to start coming out of the closet, start making, measurable small goals. Make good, trusted friends, connections with cousins, siblings, whoever in your family or outside of your family, anybody that you can trust, anybody that just really cares about you. Start spending more time with them and start, just being the person that you really want to be around those people who are accepting of it. And you will find the community and you will find kind of the safety net and the lifestyle that you want.
Yeah, sounds good.
Good luck. Okay, everybody, we're back here with Matthew. What's up, Matthew?
Oh, not much, man. Just putting in time as usual at work, which is kind of the crux of my problems.
Oh no.
I've been with, I've been pretty lucky to have a good job and work my way sort of up into a very, I'd say a medium, well-paid job. And with more money, more problems sort of situation. So I've got a few investments and stuff like that have kind of soured over the years.
Okay.
So basically, it's not just impacting on my life financially, but my relationship. That's kind of why I decided to ring and ask, because it's kind of a duo situation. So my wife, we've been married 5 years now, and I'm only 27. I had to check that for a second. I'm up to 20.
Older than you
18,
thought.
you sort of, yeah. So we've sort of just been moseying along with our lives and not really doing much. And it's getting to a point now where that job might be running out, and all my investments, they've kind of gone to, they're worth less than what I paid for them 5-6 years ago, So I don't know what I'm going to do. We're going to be, we're thinking about going bankrupt or just blowing it all on a big holiday or, I'm really not too sure. We kind of just want to run away and go off the grid. But I really like technology. I really like, watching you guys playing Xbox, all that stuff.
Okay.
It's hard for me to disconnect from, and I just mentally, it's doing me in. I don't know what to do.
Oh, no.
Should I try and sustain this or just go with it? And I don't, you know what I mean?
So you've been married for 5 years, and financially you're hitting some rocky times, and you want to kind of get away from it all. Is that the situation?
Basically, I mean, the thing is, it's more about the thought of it. At the point I'm in now, I'm still just cruising along, but it's coming up to the point where I work in the coal industry, so
okay,
it's not too great. So
and
the mine that I'm currently at is going to shut soon, and we're going to be basically out of a job, and I don't have many skills. So she just wants to sort of try and just go bankrupt, or we're trying to sell everything now, but it's not really working. So it's just stressful. I just don't like living like that. We need to, and it's a strain on our relationship. She's just constantly like, let's sell it, let's sell it, let's sell it. And, you know, I can't make miracles happen. So, you know, I want to bring back the love and the fun, you know, go out on the weekends, and it's really hard. I don't know what to do.
Right.
Wow.
I need the pros. That's why I called you.
Yeah. Wow, man. That's a tough situation. And so your relationship is struggling a little bit because of the financial hardships. I definitely see kind of where you're coming from, where you kind of want to get away from it all, take a break, maybe blow all your money on a vacation. But
that's it.
You know, I feel like at the end of the day, when that vacation's over, you're going to come back to the same situation and you're going to have even less money.
Exactly. Yeah. Probably not the best idea.
It'll be a temporary, you know, fix, but then in the long run, it might make the situation even worse.
Right.
That's rough, man. What does your wife do for a living, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, that's, you know, there's a lot of, you might have heard of them, multi-level social marketing type situations. She's been involved with a few of them.
Okay.
But for the most part, she's just worked in retail and business and stuff like that, reception and stuff like that.
What is the multi-level marketing product?
Oh,
I would love to know.
I don't know if you've heard of them, but like Tupperware and just, you know, like lingerie and stuff like that. Just
right.
You know, some people think that's a scam. Some people think that those are pyramid schemes.
Yeah.
But I've actually heard that the other people, you know, like the guy who wrote Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki, he really believes in those. So there are rich people out there who are super successful who are all about multi-level marketing.
It's true.
Trust me, they've told us multiple times.
Sure.
Look at the Mercedes I get to drive because I worked my way through. You know, like at the end of the day, I'm kind of mature. I'm starting to get jaded. I never thought I would, but I'm starting to get to the point where it's like everything is frustrating me. And I never used to be like this. I used to just be cool, chill, whatever. You know, it's only money. But at the end of the day, I've got my expenses outweigh my income. And it just feels like this hole that I just, like, inevitably, I'm paying off the mortgages. You know, it's all coming down. But in the interim, I'm working my ass off, and you know she's not as committed to employment, let's say. So it's that's the other strain. I think it's, you know, and I work away, so she's got a very, you know, interesting lifestyle. She's not socially active as much as I am because I work in a crew of 30 people, so I'm constantly around people even though I'm at work. Yeah. Where she's basically, you know, in solitary. So I come home and I'm just hammered, and it's but it's all good. At the end of the day, it's all good, man. I just
well, I could tell from your situation, it's draining, and you know what? I don't have the quick answer for you. I don't think Meg and I will be able to fix this for you in an instant, but I think that, you know, we could give you kind of a pat on the back and say that you are still young. You're 27. So, you know, a lot of people all throughout history have started businesses in their 20s, gone down a career path, and then it didn't work out. And they had to start over. And it's always really hard when something kind of starts to fall apart. But from people I've talked to and from kind of the experiences that I've gathered from others, it's scary going into this situation where you kind of have to readjust your expectations, but ultimately it usually works out for the best. Right. You know, once you leave a job that is not fulfilling you, or once you close a chapter of your life that was really hard and was really stressful, there's this period of uncertainty, but then you've kind of cleared the road to find out where you really want to go in your life, and you go on a new path. And the cycle kind of starts over again. You start to find things that are fulfilling once again, and you kind of get back to being your old self. So
and the plus about it is you do sound pretty positive about the situation. Yeah. You don't sound super down and out about it. So you do have that going for you at least. So as long as you keep like a positive attitude and keep moving forward and pushing forward, like you'll get there.
I think that, you know, if you're going to go on vacation and get away from everything, make it a small vacation.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say,
Don't forget that.
So no big trips to Canada or anything like that. Just keep
don't
it
go
local.
traveling all around the world. Keep it local. You definitely, you know, everybody deserves a break sometimes. Everybody needs to reward themselves and take a mental health day and kind of make sure that they're doing all right and just get some rest and relaxation. But you don't want to run away from your problems, and you don't want to break the bank trying to forget about the problems that are still going to be there when you get back. I think that, you know, if I was in your situation, I think it's time to have a big talk with the wife and kind of address the situation you're in, take it head on, and readjust your expectations for how things are going to be moving forward. You're in the coal industry. You say it's not really working out. And maybe the future's not there. Maybe it's time to switch to the solar industry. You know, you've got insider information.
I'll go to the tree growing industry. That'll be, I'll get into that.
Yeah, honestly. You have all this experience in this industry, and you're kind of seeing the pitfalls of it. So you kind of know more than other people what is beating out your industry and where the money's going, and maybe you want to look into that. Or maybe this is the perfect opportunity to pursue a passion, you know, try to get into a new industry that is into something that you were more passionate about.
Right. You said that you liked playing Xbox and stuff. Have you ever tried like streaming, YouTube? There's always that industry.
I don't think I have the networking skills. Maybe I could delve into that in the future, but it's more quality time in life just in general. So like working and saving and paying the bills is great for someone that does get away every now and then and has a good social life. But I think the change is the biggest issue for me. I've been doing something progressively for the last 10 years to this point, and then like you're saying, it could be over. Time to move on. I think I'm just really worried about the uncertainty, and I've never had to experience it. So hopefully when I get to it, I'm still as, level-headed as I am now, but just the thought of it freaks me out. So, yeah.
Let me ask you.
I think maybe...
Oh, go ahead.
I think my only real, if you try and break down to a passion, it's I've always enjoyed editing and stuff like that. Like, not real big things, but just small, just having an idea and having it come through. Like, either it being on a video or a music video or something like that. It'd just be something simple. I have an idea and I'll execute it, and it'll.
Okay.
But there's no to go from my income to that would be, I just think my world's going to end. I can't really.
Sure. Let me ask you something. Risks. Are you involved in the multi-level marketing business, or is that your wife's thing?
We've kind of been. I think we've maybe gone through 4. So it's more her. I definitely am very encouraging husband. So it's a lot of effort for very small gain, and then you kind of have to have a lot of people. It's one of them things where if you're not out there just pushing yourself forward 100%, social media, everything, you're doomed to fail. And
well, this is what I was going to say. I think it's time to start working on an exit strategy for your current career. You can't just up and quit it, because then you'll be completely out of money, right? Yeah. So, getting into streaming, getting into YouTubing, or getting into any other business is going to take some time. So I was going to say, if you're doing the multi-level marketing thing, maybe pull back from that and use that time to start focusing on the next career that you really want to get into. So if you say you like editing, honestly, I would start looking on Craigslist or any online classified ad and trying to pick up editing jobs.
Yeah.
Or just reaching out to people
giving it a go.
I started doing music videos a little while ago. And even though I had done Mega 64 and I'd done a lot of videos here, I didn't really have any connections at the time with like the music industry or any local bands. So I just kind of put it out there mentally in my mind. I really want to get into music videos. I would do a video for any band for any amount of money, even if it was no money, because I just really want to start getting into music videos. And what happened is, once I kind of put that intention in my mind, I would notice these opportunities like, oh, my friend has a band and they're really crappy, but they need a music video. I'll do the music video for free. And I did a music video for them. And then they wanted another music video because they liked it. Okay, cool. I'll do that one. And they even liked the first video so much. They're like, we want to get you some money for the next music video. And it was like 50 or $75. But hey, I'm making a little money. And now I have 2 music videos. And then somebody saw those music videos, and that person was like, I'll give you $100 to do a music video for me. And just by kind of knowing that I wanted to get into making music videos and accepting any job that I could get, I was kind of able to go down these stepping stones to where eventually bigger bands started contacting me, and, you know, multiple bands would contact me at once. And then I was in a situation where I could kind of say, like, I have too many projects going on. You're going to need to pay me if you want me to do these videos for you. People are like, okay.
It's
and they
supply
start
and demand.
Exactly. They start paying for you. So it starts very small. And so with just a little bit of effort and just kind of searching for those gigs, you'll find them. And it won't be enough to sustain you at first, but if you keep with it, you'll probably start making more money doing editing jobs than you are making at your coal job. I don't know. You're pretty into the coal business, you say, but eventually,
I love the coal.
You know, if you really like it, if it's something that makes you happy, then it'll also kind of relieve the stress because you're doing something that makes you happy.
Right.
You have this pastime that makes you money. It fulfills kind of this thing inside you that is creative. And, you know, that's my advice to you. Just start trying to find a way into moving into other forms of making money that really make you happy, that aren't so much of a grind and a drain on you mentally. And hopefully that'll start helping you out.
Yeah, I think it's really good advice. I think coming from someone you respect. Not to get too soppy, mate, but you know, it's thanks for taking the call. I really appreciate it. Nice to talk to you too, Meg. Cool. And I'll try and hit you up on the podcast sometime.
Definitely. And hey, if you get an editing job, if you get a video that you've made, please email it to us. I would love to see. Please. I would love to see the work.
Yeah.
Now you put it on me. I really gotta.
Now I really
gotta see. This is the sort of push that I need to get out of my comfort zone to just go and do it. Because at the end of the day, it could suck, and I'll be in the same position I am now. So
just go for it. Do a couple of free videos at first, and then see what happens. You never know. Just try it out.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks very much, guys.
Sure, Matt.
Take
it easy.
All right. You have a good day.
You too. Bye. All right, on to the next email. This one comes from Braden, and it's a little bit of a long one, but it says, hey guys, have I got a question for you? I'm in my senior year of high school. There's this girl I'm interested in, but the only contact with her I have so far is in a period every other day at school. Because of this, I don't really know how to open the gates of conversation. I've known her since elementary school, but just as someone who I share classes with every now and then. Today, we talk more than we ever have in class, but pretty much about only things related to school and the hot school drama around us. I'm not sure how to ask her about her interests and get to know more about her without it seeming out of the blue. I would be down to ask her out to have an environment other than school to shoot the shit. But again, I'm not really sure how to push the conversation to the point where I'd have an opportunity to do that. I'm in a pickle. She's a really chill person, and I have a really fun time talking to her, but I don't know how to push it forward. What do I do? Braden. So thanks for the email, Braden. It's always, it always warms my heart to hear from somebody in high school because high school is a special time when you're trying to sort out those relationships. Everything is always heightened when you're in high school.
Yeah.
Meg, you are female. You have the female perspective. What's
Yes.
your take on this situation?
Well, I mean, so you've known this girl since elementary school.
Uh-huh.
Don't be afraid to just try to say, hey, let's go grab a cup of coffee, or let's go get a burger, whatever you do in high school, go to the mall.
Yeah. Did that happen to you in high school?
No, AIM was huge in high school. So
Oh, yeah.
AIM,
Talking online.
yeah.
You know what?
You probably don't know what AIM is.
Yeah, try to take the conversation online somewhere.
Yeah, texting, Facebook, Skype. Whatever.
You know what I would say, Braden, is you want to know more about this girl. Obviously, you like her clearly, and I think that's cool. You don't need to be so overt or obvious when you're trying to get to know somebody.
Yeah.
You don't need to ask them, yo, what's your favorite food? What's your favorite TV show?
It's true.
What's your favorite color? But if you just listen intently to the conversations you're having, you may pick that information up.
Right.
You know, when you're just shooting the shit, talking about school drama, just really pay attention to the things she's saying, and you'll start to get an understanding of what kind of person she is.
Right.
I think you can become really good friends with somebody and build a good relationship with somebody just by shooting the shit and really paying attention to what they say.
Yeah.
I hate having a conversation with somebody when it's clear they're not listening, and when they are just thinking about the next thing they're going to say. I start to think like, what does it matter what I say to you? What is the point of having a conversation? It just goes in one ear and out the other. With your conversations with this girl, let it go in one ear and stay within those two ears.
Yeah, and chances are too, like, girls, especially in high school, are probably waiting for a guy to make the first move to ask them out or, you know, whatever.
Yeah, definitely. If she's talking to you and you guys are having a good conversation on a semi-regular basis, that's a good sign.
Yeah.
It means that at least on some base level, she doesn't hate you.
Right.
And, you know, it's interesting, kind of. It's not like there's a switch that gets flipped between like and dislike.
Right.
It's kind of like a sliding scale. Sometimes the difference between like and dislike is very subtle and hard. It's a very thin line. You know, sometimes you dislike somebody so much, you actually start to like them.
Yeah.
Sometimes you like somebody so much, you actually start to dislike them.
Yeah.
It's weird. So, you know, just keep the conversation going. Just pay attention to the things she says. That's as long as you're talking to somebody, you'll get to know them.
Right.
And if you are trying to pick out things that they're interested in, you'll get them from those kind of conversations that are about nothing. And if you want to have her hang out with you, have her hang out with you and your friends.
Exactly.
That's what I always think.
I'm sure you probably have a few mutual friends that you could just ask to hang out.
I think that's the best way to break the ice. If you have friends that you already hang out with outside of school, find a situation where all of you can go do something and then invite that girl along, and maybe she'll like you so much she'll want to go and spend some time with you outside of school.
Yeah.
And you see where it goes from there.
Sounds good.
Sounds good. Thanks for the email, Braden, and good luck. All right, we're going to continue with some emails here. This next one comes from Dr. Rov, and it says, Dear Heartslayers, I'm in a bit of a situation, and I was wondering what I should do. See, I met a girl on a dating app last year, and we've gone out enough times for me to know that I'm not romantically attracted to her. She still texts me about once or twice a week, and even though we haven't seen each other since the summer, which is fine, I'm happy to be friends with her since we do share a few interests. I've dated a number of people over the years, but I've never been one to put an end to things before, so I'm not really great at it. I don't want her to maintain the wrong idea and think there's something between us when there isn't, especially since I've been developing a relationship with someone else. But I'm not sure how to break things off without making things awkward. I'd like to avoid hurting her feelings, so any advice you can give would be appreciated. Sincerely, Dr. Rov.
Have you ever been in that sort of situation where you have to kind of break it off?
Yeah, actually, I've been in exactly this guy's situation.
All right.
100%.
What did you do?
I was, I had gone out with this girl a couple times, and it was fun, whatever. But she wasn't the one for me.
Right.
And then I met a girl that I really liked and wanted to have a relationship with, but the other girl was still texting me, and it was nothing against her.
Right.
I didn't hate her. It was cool, but she just wasn't the one for me. Like nothing, not her fault. It happens. And she was still kind of flirty with me. And what I did is I was just really honest, which was she messaged me and was like, hey, I want to hang out and stuff. And I told her like, yeah, absolutely. Like I would be down to hang out. I think you're super cool, but you know what? I just want to be honest with you and let you know that I actually have met a girl that I really care about, and I'm starting to date this girl. It's really awesome. So I just want to let you know that like I would feel bad for this new girl if I was, you know, like perpetuating stuff with you on a romantic level. So I still think you're awesome. I still want to be friends with you, but you know, I just, you know, I don't want to lie to you and I don't want to lie to her.
Yeah.
And that was basically what I said. And her response was like, wow, I think that's a really stand-up thing.
Absolutely.
You know, I really respect that. You don't want to lead girls on and kind of jerk them around. And everybody was happy in the situation.
It's hard to be mad when somebody's honest with you. Like, yeah, it might sting a little bit, but at least you're not being led on, and it could be so much worse.
Yeah, I think the girl in my situation and in your situation actually really appreciated not getting the runaround.
Absolutely.
I think that girls get the runaround too much and they really hate it.
Yes.
And I think it's really refreshing when a guy has enough courage and fortitude to just be honest and say, like, I like you and we had this thing, but it's not going to work out. And that doesn't mean I don't like you, but the romance ain't going to happen.
Exactly. No, honesty, that's your go-to.
All right. You heard it.
Please be honest with your girl.
Straight from the source. So, Dr. Rob, that's our advice to you. Just let the girl know she's cool. She's going to understand. If you really want to be friends, you can be friends. Sometimes the best friendships come from people who used to date and they no longer do. They realize that we're better as friends.
Yeah.
I think this person's cool. We have stuff in common, but the romance isn't there. But the friendship is even better because of it.
Exactly.
So, yeah, try it out. You never know, but just be honest. Thanks for the email and good luck. All right, everybody, we are back here with Robert. Robert, you're calling us from a moving vehicle.
Yep, that's me.
How's it going?
It's going good. I'm in the middle of nowhere, Montana right now.
Nice.
Thought I'd explain with a question.
Okay, well, yeah, what's your situation?
All right, so I've been playing music for a long time. Since I was in like second, third grade with my buddies, that kind of thing.
Okay.
Recently, they've all started playing together in a big group, and I've been doing my own kind of thing, and I feel like I'm getting left out of all the fun and the jams and the good times, that kind of thing.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So that's pretty much my question is, how do you think I should approach telling them, like, I don't know why you're not inviting me to these, you know,
Okay.
jams or anything like that.
So how many people are in the band?
It's like 4.
And what do you play?
I play everything, and this kind of sounds weird, but like I know that they're at a lower level of musical prowess than I am.
Okay, all right. Confident, I like it.
For years and years, but yeah, I don't know
So
what's up.
let me ask, if you were to play with the band, what role would you fill? Would you be guitar, singer? What would you be?
I mean, I play a little bit of everything, but I'm mostly a lead guitar player, so I would do whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you talked to them at all about this situation, or has it just kind of been weird to you?
Well, I've had one buddy who's like my best friend at the moment. I was talking to him about it, and he said, yeah, I don't really know, like, the music that we want to play, this and that. We're just kind of making excuses, so I don't really say, yeah, it's kind of a weird situation.
Okay. Well, you know what? What it sounds like in your situation is, it sounds like these guys might be intimidated by you.
Yeah.
It sounds like you know that you're better than they are at music, and you know they probably know it too. And so sometimes when you're in a situation like that, egos get involved, and it's like either I'm not saying this is a situation, but either they think you think you're too good for them, and they're like, oh, fucking Robert, we're gonna show him we don't need Robert. Or it really is that, like, they kind of feel embarrassed to play with you because they feel like they're holding you back, or, you know, I used to play drums when I was younger, but I was never really good at music. And when I would play with other people, it honestly, I was a worse musician around other people than I was privately, because I always felt like I'm not at the level of these guys. And like every time I fucked up, I would get down on myself and feel like I was letting them down. And honestly, I didn't enjoy playing music with people who were better than me. I loved playing music with people who were worse than me.
Right.
Okay.
So, you know, that could be the situation either one way or the other. And I feel like if you really want to play with these guys, humble yourself and kind of take the ego out of it and just let them know, like, hey, you know what? I know you guys are jamming and I really want to play with a group. You guys are my friends. Like, let me come to a jam session sometimes.
Yeah.
Kind of allow them, you know, ask for their permission to come.
Okay.
I think it'd be really fucked up of them to say, like, no, you're not allowed to come. No, Robert, you're way better than us at music, but you're not allowed to jam with us.
Yeah.
I think that would be bullshit.
Yeah.
So
That's really good advice, actually. I've been thinking about it a lot, and I haven't really thought about it in a way where they think that I'm too good to actually play the music that they want to play, that sort of thing, when I just want to have fun. I just want to hang out.
exactly. They probably think that they can't keep up with you, and you need to come at it from put them on the pedestal, and you come to them like, hey, I just want to play music. I want to play with the group. You guys are my friends. Like, let me come to the jam session. Let me come to the practice. And I'm sure, you know what, their band will be better, and you'll be happier. And how could that not work out?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's good advice. Thank you.
Cool. All right, man. Well, good luck. Call us back. Let us know how it all works out. And thanks for the call, Robert.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks, guys.
See ya. All right, everybody. We got one more email here. This one comes from Jay, and it says, hey, Meg and Derrick. Oh, nice. He put you first.
Yay.
How you guys doing? Hopefully both well. My question for the two of you is about how to know the right time to propose. I feel like I'm ready, and then I get a bit scared that I might not be ready yet, both emotionally and financially. I'll give you some info on me and my girlfriend. We started dating in our junior year of high school, and we've been dating almost 7 years. We're both 24, and we've been living together for about 4 months now. We had a brief break while in college because I had a phase where I liked another girl in my class, but after that, I've been going strong. This is the only really serious relationship we've both been in. Thanks for reading my email, and I can't wait to hear both of your words of wisdom. Jay.
Proposal.
You're 24. You know, I read once that the average age of marriage for a man was 27.
Okay.
And I think for a girl, it's 25.
All right.
I think it's a little bit younger for the females.
Yeah.
So, you know, you're getting up there, Jay.
Getting up there, 24.
You're getting close to the average age of marriage, which is 27.
But you're still really young, and
yeah.
I mean, if you're having doubts at all, I feel like that's a good sign to hold off for a little bit.
Yeah, I think based on the facts you gave us on paper, it looks like you guys are ready to get married. But the only thing that is a red flag in my mind is you say that you fear you might not be emotionally ready. Mm-hmm. That to me is the be all end all of whether you should get married or not.
Right.
Or not. Financially, you know,
that could always be changed.
Yeah, but also, when is it ever going to be financially a good time to get married?
That's a good point.
You know, that money comes and goes. When it comes to matters of the heart, you kind of don't want to have money be a factor into it. Yeah. It is. You're going to start a family, a relationship for the rest of your life, potentially with a person. But I think what's more important is just the confidence that you love this person and they love you and they're the one.
Right.
I have a pair of friends from high school that dated in high school, and I think that they are the only relationship they've ever had that was serious was with one another, and they took a brief break when the guy thought he liked another girl, but then after a couple of months, they got back together.
Is this like a trend?
I don't know, but I'll let you know how it worked out for them. They got married, and they currently have 2 kids and are in their 30s and are going strong and are really happy. So your situation honestly kind of reminds me of them. And so far, so good with them.
Yeah.
It seems to have all worked out.
I feel like having doubts also is probably a pretty normal thing because getting married is a big milestone in your life.
Yeah. When to propose? You know what I'm going to say is plan a vacation with your girlfriend. Go on a trip somewhere and make it really romantic. I'm not saying propose on that vacation. I'm saying use this as an opportunity to imagine what your life would be like being married to this person.
Yeah.
Now, warning. Your girlfriend might think you're going to propose on this vacation.
So maybe also be prepared to propose if it feels right.
I'm not saying that. I'm just maybe just if you can, don't put the wrong idea in her head.
Yeah.
But
don't make it too romantic.
Yeah. But on the other hand, if it is the right time on this vacation, maybe you'll pop the question. I don't know if you'll have the ring ready or not, but that's up to you. Do you need a ring to propose to somebody? In this day and age, do we still need to stick to the tradition of, I want to marry you, here's an expensive ring?
I feel like maybe a girl would be like, where's the ring?
Where's the ring? Okay.
It depends on the girl, I think.
See, I'm a guy. I'm just like, yo, I'll get you the ring later.
Sorry, this isn't official.
Yeah.
This isn't following protocol here.
What is it? They say that, what should it be, like 3.5 months salary for I don't know if that's for the wedding ring or for the engagement ring. There are rules to these things.
I don't know the rules.
Look it up. They say that for a ring, either a wedding ring or an engagement ring.
Right.
I think it's an engagement ring. Not everybody makes the same amount of money. So the rule of thumb is 3.5 months of the man's salary. So if you work at McDonald's and you make, $150 a month, we're talking like a $600 or $700 engagement ring. And if you're Bill Gates, it better be like a $2 billion diamond on that thing.
Oh yeah.
I would say, this is my advice, I'm gonna stick with this. Go on a trip somewhere, do something romantic, and take that time to figure out, is this the right time to propose or not? You don't need to break up, but
no.
If you're thinking about popping the question, use this time to think about popping the question.
Right, yeah.
And if the trip is great and the romance is flying high, maybe you guys come home and you can start saving up for that ring.
Yeah.
Anything else to add to that?
No, I think just take it as it goes. Like, think about it for sure. Do the vacation. And you'll know when it feels right to you.
Yeah, but I think so far, so good. You're on the right path. And guys get cold feet. So you know what? Sometimes you just gotta listen to the little voice in the back of your head. If it's saying like, yeah, you'll probably be all right. Stop being such a wimp.
If she's dropping hints too, it could be the time.
Well, don't.
Well, no.
I disagree with that.
That's fair.
I don't think
girls are.
Sometimes a girl will pressure a guy to the point.
No, that's fair.
Sometimes a girl will just propose to the guy and be like, "Look, I know you're gonna marry me. We're getting married."
Yeah, no.
I'm not saying be pressured in anything.
No, I'm not saying let her pressure you into it. But I am saying
put yourself in a situation where the romance is on 10 out of 10 level, and then meditate on it, and you'll know what to do.
Yeah.
But stop being so scared. Also,
don't be scared.
Don't be scared. You've known this girl since high school. You guys go way back. Things are going to be fine. Thanks for the email.
Good luck.
All right, everybody. I think that's going to wrap us up for this week's episode of Heartslayers. We are the Heartslayers. I'm Derrick. She's Meg. I want to give a big shout out and thank you to all of our supporters on the Mega 64 Patreon. For just $1, you get to see these episodes 1 week early. If you want more information on Heartslayers, follow us on Twitter. My name is @Gustafo.
And I'm @FurnaceWoods.
And until next time, take it easy.
Bye.